Good day everybody, welcome back to the studio. I'm doing this video for the newbies, and if I've already mixed my resin, but if you need to know how to mix your resin, I will put in the description box a video where I explain how and what you need. So this is probably not for the super newbies. But I just want to show you this technique, how easy it is to do. This is what I call a veining technique. Sometimes it turns into like a dragon scale effect as well, and sometimes it doesn't, but it all depends on how much of what you're putting in actually. Let me just pour this. I'm only going to use a liquid tint, lapis lazuli. It's a Le'Rez lapis lazuli. It's a bit of a mouthful, but and this is about a 30 ml or 1 ounce, which is not full, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm not counting, okay? If you just try to rely on your eye. As long as you're not putting more than 5% in there, that is nowhere near 5%. It's sort of, it'll sit like that on top. Excuse me. And then you want to give it a really good stir on the sides. Scrape it. I better move these out of the way. Scrape, because you know when you sort of put that stick inside through that tint, it'll sit on the stick. So you got to make sure that you mix it really well. All your tints, your pigments, your pastes, mix them really well. You'll save yourself a whole lot of grief. So that one is done. I will give it another extra stir. Now in here I've only got a little bit of resin because I want to use my powder pigment in here. So I'm going to go in with a bright gold, Le'Rez, of course. About that much. You can really go to town with the powders, because even if you make it so thick, it'll still set, because these powders, they've got no liquid in it, no moisture. So they will set. So depending on how thick you want it, but you really want to make sure that you stir these in. You don't want little specks of gold or white or whatever color pigment you are using in your artwork. So a little bit of resin first, and mix it well into a paste. It does help if you have a cup which is flat at the bottom. This one's got some dicky things sticking up, so it's annoying, but never mind that. Just give it a good stir, and then add some more resin, and then stir again. So that is enough of that one. And then I'm just going to look at how pretty that is, just like that. A nice gradient of clear and that gold. And this is a really bright gold. It's super shiny. So that one is done, and I'm satisfied with how that is mixed. And then I'm going to go in with some satin white by Le'Rez. Same thing, a little bit of clear resin in the bottom, and then I want it quite opaque, so I'm going to stir that in now. Also, some powders are super light and fine, and they will fly everywhere, so be sure to be careful not to breathe it in. It's not good for you guys. So I'm always sort of, even though I know this pigment doesn't fly around, I always have my head sort of tilted a little bit to the side. I think it's just force of habit, I think. And then that is done. That one mixes really quickly, very easily. And then I'm going to pour in some more clear in there, just to to finish it off. And now that is done. I might actually add some more of this clear into here. So it's important to have a tint or a paste that is transparent. So these tints, they are transparent tints. So you can put as much of that tint as you want, as long as it's not over 5%. It'll still be transparent, it'll just give you a deeper tone. So it's important to know that. And I haven't done this technique with inks. I don't know that it would work the same. So don't use inks. Use a tint or a transparent paste, pigment paste. Okay, that'll work. Now that is lovely and dark, but it's still transparent. See? Okay, here we go. This is a very, very simple technique. So I've got that, and I've got a little bangle that I might do. So what I want to do is just want to make sure that the inside of my mold hasn't got any glitter or anything like that in there. And if it does, it's always a good idea to get a tape. And tape picks it all up nicely. The only problem is it really sticks to your gloves. God, get off, get off, get off. I'll see you in a bit. Jeez Louise. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I am going to go in. I'm going to do this guy first. So I'm going to go in with this transparent color first. And it's going to be really sort of funky, I think, because of all the little geometric little squares it's got in there. So that's going to be interesting. And then I'm going to go in with my gold. Like that. And then with my white from up high, I really want it to push, and I've got to leave a little bit of room for my clear. Clear is the one that does the magic. From way up high, I'm just going to drizzle it because I don't want to overfill this guy. I want to go right up to that lip. That's it. And then leave it for the moment. It's already starting to pull in and do nice cool stuff. And here we go. This one now. I could just go in the middle, but I'm going to go around the sides because I just want to make sure that it all goes in nicely. And I could have done it in red, I suppose, but I didn't. A little bit in the middle. I don't want to use too much because I still have to put my gold in there. A little bit of gold in the middle. Open it up and it's going to start to leak down there. So before it goes nuts, I got to go around. Make sure that that blue is covered with this gold. Not too much of it. Right, and then I know this may look a little bit complicated, but it's not. You can't really make a mistake. Just have fun with it. Then I'm going to go in with the white. I'm going to try and do it from up high. And you guys, you're going to hear all these techniques, all these new techniques that are coming up. You know, they all sound so scary and fancy, but they're not. Don't worry. Be happy. All right. And then we're going to go in with clear from way up high. So start down there, sort of line it up and then go up. You want that to open. I think it's going to be pretty light. I don't think I have a lot of blue in there. Let's see. Just wait for it to find its way up there and do its thing. And it's pulling in, it's pulling in. I think that's going to be quite light. Interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit more blue in there just to see. Not too much because I haven't got enough room. It's going to start to overflow, and then I'm just going to go in from way up high with my clear. Maybe a bit more. Whoa. Right. Alrighty. I just want to tap it. I always tap it a little bit. It just helps the bubbles come up. And that's going to pull in. Just give it time. It's not going to happen, you know, instantly, but it will pull in, and that's really interesting. I haven't done it that way before, so it's going to be really cool to see what happens. But I will go around with a torch. Be careful torching your actual mold. So just make sure you're torching just the resin and from up high. You want to introduce a little bit of heat in there because you want that to, well, that's going to be so interesting. Maybe something new again. I will use my heat gun from way up high because I don't want this flying everywhere, but I do want to create a little bit more movement. I do want to make that resin kind of loosen up a little bit. I normally don't finish off with a transparent on top, but I'm liking what this is doing. The only problem is you're not going to be able to see it because this white is going to cover over it, but we shall see, won't we? Let me just go and do my bangle now. I can't really move this too much. That's why I put it on a little paper so that I can. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around. Now this is a little bit trickier because you're trying to aim it in here. Can you see that? All right, here we go. So you can just sit like that in one spot and let it just move, or you can go with it. I don't mind just waiting for it to spread out, but if you're impatient, you can just go around like that. See how that's closing in? And that's closing in. See how it looks different now? Okay, I'm going to go in with a little bit of gold around there, my bangle. You can use a pipette to, let me see if I can find one handy. I've got a little one. Suck it right up there. Might have to have a couple of goes at this, but you can aim it right in there and then just go around. Probably a larger pipette would be ideal, but I just got this handy and that's why I'm doing it. It's easier to use than a syringe. Syringe, sometimes it'll just give you too much or nothing. Bit harder to manage. Here we go, look at that. Good? Great. Maybe a little bit more of the gold actually. Okay, that'll do. Now comes the white. I'm too impatient, so I'm just going to go around with this. I have to move these guys, sorry, because I need room. Oh, it's going to be tricky. very delicately. Okay, here we go. Need room to move, you know. I don't want to pour it in one spot. I want to go around. And because it's starting to thicken up a little bit, it's doing this wavy thing. You need quite a bit of white in there. And then, see where I am. And then the clear over the top. It's going to be a bit tricky to do it with this, but anyway, let's do it. I need a thin stream. Here we go. Once you get that stream, you just follow. And it would be ideal to do it from up high, but I can't do it from up high now. And I'm whispering because I'm concentrating. I just gotta, excuse me, just gotta make sure that that is not overflowing, and it's not. Oh God, get the thin stream again. I just need that. That's all I need, and that is that. Okay, look at that. So I'm just going to go around and clean this now. Look how beautifully that's closed. I actually love how that's turned out. And that one's getting there. That one will close as well. That's done. The resin that I'm using today and almost every day is Platinum 360 Plus. It's a fast setting resin and it's great for coasters and any kind of art that you just want to get it done, and it's ready in about 5-6 hours. Rock solid. So that is that done. I do have some resin left. Don't worry, you can always use it up for something else, which I will. These guys, being very careful not to burn my molds. And then I'm going to let them sit. You can get a nice clean container and put it over the top to save this from any hairs or fluff or whatever popping in there. And that's that. I will come back when it is ready to demold. So don't go anywhere. Good day everyone, welcome back. I've already unmolded these to make it quicker for you guys, but look at that. See all that nice crackle in there. The other side is nice as well. Interesting, but this, check it out. That, to me, that is so cool. Inside looks good. It's quite transparent. That's me. I just poured too much of that clear in there. And look at the effects inside. These are the sides. You can see a really nice gradient of colour happening here. I like it. What do you think? It sits nicely like that. Oh, I only just noticed these gold bits on the side here. That's quite interesting how it's in the same spot. Very interesting. There you go. Little trinket box. And my gorgeous bangle. Check it out. Obviously the other side needs to be sanded because it's got that sharp bit there, that lip from the mold. That's no problem, but check it out. Will it fit? Of course it'll fit. Look at that. Obviously I would wear it this way so that you can see the effects. How cool is that? Alright guys, I hope you like trying to get this thing off now. If you've got a small hand, these will be great. I'll just get a larger size. Anyway, oh, I love that. I really love that. That is so cool. Alright guys, let me know what you think, and have a go at this. You've seen how easy it is. Don't complicate things. Even use just one color and a white and a clear, and it'll work. Okay, so I'll see you again in another video. Bye for now.